huh? All right, Kermit, now that we got all your those 20-minute checks out of the way, so then we're going to get started with some of the things that I have to do with you. So we're going to do skin management. I'm going to check over your skin, see if you have any sores or anything, because not being as mobile as you used to be, your skin can break down. So I'm going to check out that first. I'm going to do vitals first, but I didn't bring my vitals stuff with me to go through that. So I'm just going to check over your skin. I'm going to check your heels out first, because those are what are hanging out down the most. So any soreness or redness? Well, I don't see any redness. Any sore? Are they sore? Okay, not sore. That's good. Check your elbows here. Feel okay? Don't see any redness. Back of your head. Looks really good. So, skin feels, you don't feel very sweaty or anything. That's nice, good and dry. Cool though. I know it's always cold in these hospitals. I don't see any edema except for your right knee here. When I was checking this out, I see your right knee is a little bit swollen, but you just had surgery, and I see a couple bruises on your knee, but that's to be expected after having a surgery. So I'm just going to document that real quick. If I grab one of my grid. You know why I check your skin, correct? Yeah, I want to. Because you're not as mobile as you used to be, your skin can break down. So there's a couple things you can do to, just you can prop your feet up on a pillow. That'll help keep the pressure points of your heels intact and keep them from hurting. If you can adjust a little bit more in bed, like just even shifting your weight from one side to another will help with keeping the pressure off the bony prominences in your back, mostly your tailbone. And then that just also increases circulation. The more movement, even if it's just rocking back and forth in bed, just the movement itself does help with circulation. Right knee. And your skin was dry. Let's prop those up. Until we're done, why don't we prop those heels up on a pillow? There you go. Is that better? Gotta be careful of your knee though. Just slightly elevate your heels. We don't want to overextend your new knee. So we did your heels and we did your can you shift around in bed? Let me see how you can wiggle around in bed. Alright, so yeah, that takes the pressure off your tushy, and the more you do that, the less skin breakdown you'll have. So how do you feel about that? I feel good. Awesome. Alright, so now I'm going to do the peripheral neurovascular management. And with this, I'm just going to, it almost seems like the same thing, but I'm going to just check. First I'm going to do is I'm going to check your pulses on your ankles, because one side was affected by the surgery. So I'll just check your pedal pulses here, because it said lower on my Cardex. So I see strong distal pulses, pedal pulses. Next, are you able to move your feet up and down? Good. Roll your ankles. Good. Does that feel okay? No problems with that? All right, I'm going to have you close your eyes. Can you tell me what toe I'm touching? My big toe. Very good. How about, can you tell me now? That's my pinky. Awesome. Got wonderful sensation. They're a little cold, but the hospital's cold, so we can always get you some socks to warm you up. I'm just gonna kind of tap the skin like I don't see any edema, and your skin turgor is really brisk, so that's good. You're well hydrated. So you're supposed to be wearing those fun stockings. Yeah, those wonderful tight hose stockings, Job stockings. I didn't bring any socks to put on you. We can put gloves on you. Let's put gloves on you. So we really should put those on you because those are really gonna improve your circulation. Does my sister have as any socks? She does. Yeah, these really improve your circulation. I know they're kind of a pain to get on, but I'll show you a really easy way to do it. So you go to the heel, you pinch at the heel, and you kind of like flip it inside out, and you can just slide it halfway on, and then the rest of the way it slides right on up. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, this will make it easier for you to put those on. Easier to put on if you weren't full of stuffing. Too awesome. How's that feel? Yeah, it wasn't too bad to put on, was it? Alright, so with that, I checked your pulses and they were both there. You can move your ankles, your sensation. You felt my sensation. The temp was kind of cool, but we needed to put your socks on anyways, and the color was normal. Turgor was brisk. I didn't see any edema. No color changes. And then we put on stockings. And we're also going to get up and walk. That will improve your circulation. You know why it's important to wear your stockings? It is important to wear your stockings because the compression really helps with your circulation, and especially since it's been compromised by the surgery, it keeps the flow going. And with that, it also prevents what they call a DVT, which would be a clot in your leg. That would be one problem you really don't want to have. It's a common complication, but you don't want it to be common for you. So, when we put your stockings on, that one was all set. See, we're moving through these really quickly. So now I'm going to do, I'm going to listen to your lungs. And the reason we did this is because they did intubate you while you were having the surgery. So you can develop some mucus and stuff from the tubing down there, and you're not doing your own breathing. Your muscles can become weak. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to position you up a little higher. So I'm going to move the bed up a little higher. Very good. All right, now me and my instructor are going to listen to your lungs. I'm going to have you take short, slow breaths. Take it really, actually, deep, slow breaths. Let me put some gloves on here real quick. First, I gotta wash my hands because before you put on gloves, you should always hand sanitize. And I'm gonna give you a receptacle just in case. One where you're gonna use your cup. Just in case, after all that breathing, you feel the urge, you end up coughing up some junk. You'll have this receptacle handy. Okay. Okay. I do have to put this on your bare skin. It's a little cold. I do apologize. So, alright. So, not out of any province. And go ahead and take a big deep breath. Very good. Another deep breath. And another one. And another one. One more. And last one. All right, I hear clear lung sounds on the top, and you sound a little diminished in the bottom. I'm going to take off, you didn't cough anything up, so I'm going to take this receptacle away for right now. Take off my gloves, wash my hands. That's awesome. But the diminished, that's something we need to work on. So we're going to have to do, they want me to do some incentive spirometry with you. You had a really good rhythm when you did it. It didn't look like you were let's see. Monitor O2 before, after, and during. Alright. So, I guess I was supposed to put the oxygen on before we started. So, we'll pretend like I just put that on now. Alright, so let's check your oxygen now after you've done that. Alright, you're 98%, that's awesome. That's very good. And so, you feel short of breath after doing that? No, you didn't spit up anything. I'm kind of at a loss real quick. Be right back. I guess that's a question I need to ask, but. Okay, so he didn't have any sputum. But we do have some, according to my Cardex, they do want me to do, where is it? Some deep breathing, cough exercises, and then like some spirometry with you. So we're going to do that while I'm going to keep this on your finger. Life with kids. Okay, thank you. All right, so first thing we want to try to do is we're going to take some deep breaths. So I want you to take 3 deep breaths, and on your 4th deep breath, I want you to try to cough. Again, I'm going to put on, wash my hands, put on gloves. If he's going to spit, I don't want to touch it. We don't want to touch spit. So I'm just going to have you try that once. So go ahead, take 3 deep breaths. Go. And on this last one, like, try to cough. Okay, nothing came out, but that's okay because, you know, mucus can be really thick. But what you're doing is you're taking all that air in and you're really opening your alveoli, which is giving you better oxygenation. And it's also loosening any secretions. So it's opening up those passageways. They do want me to use incentive spirometer with you. Have you ever used this before? No? Well, the whole point of using the incentive spirometer is it helps give you something to visualize. It's deep breathing in a sense, all the way around. Let's take these off and wash my hands. Do I have anything that looks like an incentive spirometer? I'm going to use this again. So the purpose of this thing is you're going to blow out as much air as you can, and then you're going to slowly take in a deep breath. And when you do, you'll see this little bubble rise, and it kind of gives you something to watch while you're slowly taking a deep breath, so you know you're not going too fast or too slow. And then it marks where you're at, and so then you can try to set goals for yourself to try to get a little better and a little better. And what basically is the same thing as deep breathing. By slowly taking in a deep breath, you're really opening up your lungs, stretching your alveoli, getting those passageways that are clogged open, and then loosening the secretions. So they want you to do this about 10 times. We'll start off like about 5 reps. So we'll do it 5 times, and we'll do it like once an hour, okay? So let's do this real quick. No, nothing came out. Okay. All right, so let me recheck your oxygenation here. Your O2 stat is still sitting at 96%, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna mark that real quick. So now we're gonna go do, you know, you coughed up a bunch of stuff. The mouth is a really gross place, so I'm gonna go grab you some mouthwash, and we're going to do some respiratory, what we call hygiene. Just gonna rinse out your mouth so that way you're good and clean. And put on some gloves. I got your mouthwash here. So go ahead and mouthwash. Rinse, 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 rinse. Spit. Wonderful. Clean my hands. Nice and minty fresh. All right. Do you understand why we need to do the incentive spirometer? Yes. So that way you can open up my lungs and I don't develop pneumonia. Correct. Yes. I didn't mention pneumonia, but you are correct, because if all that junk sits in there, then you can't take full deep breaths, and then you could possibly get pneumonia. So, but you didn't cough up anything, so that's, as you continue to do the incentive spirometer and the deep breathing exercises, you might find the secretions become more looser and you will be starting to cough up stuff. So don't be surprised by that. All right, so now I'm just going to reassess. So your oxygen's still at 92. Your rhythm and your effort right now that you're making is it's still the same. It's still unlabored. So again, my instructor and I are going to listen to you and see if we've improved your lung sounds with just those exercises. So we're going to do just bare skin, bare skin. So take a deep breath. Another deep breath. Another deep breath. And another. And another. And another. Awesome. Okay, I still hear like normal breath sounds in your upper lobes, and on your lower lobe you still sound a little diminished to me. Like you're not moving a whole lot of air through it, but I know that with more practice with that incentive spirometer, that will improve if you continue to do that. We're also going to get you up and walking here. That activity helps improve that as well. So, still looking for my pen. Alright. And so you were still, just alright, got a little note of that diminished in the bases. Alright, the last thing I gotta do with you is we're gonna do some musculoskeletal management. So you're not, I did this little fall scale. Where's it at? This Morse fall scale on you. And you weren't very high at all, so because in history of falls, you haven't had any falls before. Secondary diagnosis, nope, you're just here for your right knee, your ambulatory aid. We are going to use a walker, so that's some points against you. You do have an IV, so that is some points. Your gait is, I'm going to say it's weak because you're not at your normal strength, and your mental status, you're alert and oriented. You're answering questions appropriately for me, so that puts you at 35, which puts you in the low risk category. But we need to strengthen. So they want me to, where do they want me to walk you to? They just want me to get you up and walk you. So I figure if we can get you up and walk you to the nurse's station with the walker, that's about, that's just right outside your door and around the corner and back. We're going to do pretty good with that, okay? So I put your stockings on. These are not going to fly with the floor, so I need to put non-skid socks on you. Safety first, nice rubbery soles. And get your IV pole and everything ready. And we're going to cover you up and we're going to get you up. All right, first we're going to take your feet off the heels for, pillow off your heels. All right, so I'm going to have you bring your legs over to the side of the bed. Oh, very good. Now we're just going to kind of dangle. Doing okay, Kermit? Any dizziness? No dizziness? Let's take a minute here. Are you having any pain? No, doing okay? Pain still 7? All right, so walk with a walker. All right, actually walk him. Are you kidding me? It's like a flabby. So as we're walking, are you having any pain? Oh, my right knee hurts. Well, when I put pressure on it, but that's from the surgery, and that will improve over time with better activity. The appearance of your lower legs look great. I mean, you still have some swelling in your right leg, but that will also go away over time because you just had the surgery. On the strength, your left leg seems very strong. It's like he's walking. And your right's a little weak, but it'll get better over time. All right, now we made it back to bed. I'm gonna get him back into bed. All right, be nice and comfortable. I am gonna put your feet back up on this pillow. Well, I'm gonna put one foot on the pillow because this one's supposed to be going in that CPM machine that they were talking about in report. So get that all back on. And then we're going to do what I call scab, side rails up. I'm going to put side rails up. Do you need anything before I'm done? So side rails up, call button in place. Click this to you here if you need anything. So red button calls the nurse if you need anything. This blue button works your TV. You know how to use this? Yes, I know how to use this. Okay, good. And the bed is at the lowest end. He's a low fall risk. I don't know if I need to put his bed alarm on. I'm gonna put it on anyways. His bed alarm on anyways. And so you did really good. You walked all the way to the nurse's station. What's your pain right now on the 1 to 10 scale? Well, it's still a 7. Still a 7. Okay. I'm going to let your primary nurse know that your pain is still a 7 because my medications that I have to give you is just your routine medications, and I didn't see any pain medications on here at the moment, so I will have to inform her that you're having pain so that she can get you something. We used a walker. But overall, do you feel pretty good about what you did? All right, cool beans. So the last thing I got to do with you is I'm just going to go grab your medications real quick. So it's telling me that I need to give you your morning dose of digoxin. So, I need to hold for a heart rate of 60 beats per minute. For digoxin, I really need to do an apical. So I'm going to have to do an apical pulse on you real quick. Make sure that you're not below 60. All right, so I've got to go under. There we go. All right, just going to listen for a minute here. All right, perfect. I counted 74 beats per minute. And hopefully my CE will agree with me. All right, so 74 beats per minute. So I am going to go grab you that digoxin. Do you need anything before I go? No? Okay, so I will be right back. So I'm going to grab him the digoxin. You're going to do the digoxin you'll do like the same medication thing that you do for your lab. Ooh. All right, Mr. Kermit, sorry. Oh, did you see that? I just set this down on the bed. That would have been a fail. You can't set it down on the bed. You have to ask for a clean spot, or you always have to keep it on you. That would have been a fail. Something stupid and simple, just like that. All right, so I have your digoxin. First thing I have to do first is, I can't set that down either. I'm going to, again, check your armband. So Kermit the Frog. Birth date 2/22/52. Medical record 35/27. Okay. Your morning dose of digoxin is 0.75 milligrams, and we're going to take this by mouth. Your heart rate was 74, so I don't have to hold it. So I have you sit up nice and tall. I'm going to get your bed situated here. And I'll get you some water. And my favorite part of all this is I get to eat all the Skittles I want. You do very good with that? Why do you have to take my heart rate? I apologize. Well, the digoxin affects the way the heart contracts in a sense, so it lowers your output. I'm talking about push. You'd have it affects I have to take your heart rate because it will lower your heart rate. That's one of the purposes behind it. It's like the conduction of your heart. It's lesser output or cardiac output. I sound so stupid. It decreases the cardiac output, and therefore it can cause your blood pressure to drop. And by dropping your blood pressure that's already below 60 beats per minute can put you very, very low, and that could be that can cause you to pass out, fall down, hit your head, become dizzy, and we don't want you to have those side effects. So that's why you always have to take your apical heart rate, and you listen for a full minute so that way you make sure it's correct. And as long as it's over 60, it won't drop you to a point of feeling like that. All right, so I have done all my checks. I give you your medication. I've gotten you comfortable. You've got your legs propped up, your side rails are in place, your bed alarm is on, you have your call light, and you said you know how to use it. We do got to leave those TED hose on you for a little bit. They said you can have them off, you know, you don't have to have them on continuously, but we just put them on. So we're going to, if it's okay, leave them on for just a little bit. It's really going to improve your circulation. And we'll put the CPM machine on so that way you can keep flexing your leg. And I just got to do your eyes and nose. You didn't go to the bathroom at all while I was here. I wasn't here very long. The only thing you drank was for your medication, and it looks like out of this cup here you drank about 100, where's my paper, 100 mLs. And then you got your IV fluids that are going, so I'm just going to write down that real quick. So your fluid type was water. You drank about 100 mLs. You didn't have any output for me while you were here. the volume in the bag now that you have left is about 750, we'll say. And it is 930. So I got about 150 in you. For the total so far. So you didn't drink a whole lot, and I know it's because I was pestering you, but I really want to encourage more fluid intake with you. You don't want to get dehydrated, and the more fluid you drink, the looser your secretions will also become. So that helps with the loosening of the secretions and it keeps you hydrated. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. It'll help me keep me hydrated, and it might even help me cough up all this junk. Absolutely, absolutely. So now I am very appreciative of you allowing me to take care of you. That is all I have to do with you today. And I wish you a quick and fast recovery, and thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you, Kermit. All right, wash my hands, and I'm all done. So that was insane. That was the first time I practiced this, like on a doll and trying to walk through all the steps, and I have to admit, I fumbled a lot because like trying to remember what I wanted to say and think, just it didn't come out. So I can only imagine the amount of stress I'm going to be under when I'm having somebody like the CE watching me and scrutinizing everything I do. So I need to practice some more.